Hello there, Teacher John, Stoic Dream Venturer here. I had an important announcement that I wanted to share with all of my longtime readers, listeners, and fans, and I don't want anyone to see this as a piece of bad news or anything like that, but for some of you it will come as a bit of a disappointment. Many of you already know, but I think a good deal more of you are not aware of the fact that about a week and a half ago, Mrcreeps finally reached out to me again and expressed that he would not like to continue working with my series. What this means for me basically is that I would have to rely on another narrator, but actually I decided to go ahead and narrate the rest of my series myself. Now, if a nice narrator comes along with some skills, I would definitely pitch the idea to them. I know a few good narrators that I'm speaking with right now. We're on speaking terms so far. They've narrated some of my other I inherited a fallen angel from my ancestors series. No, they've done some other short stories of mine. Well, anyways, I figured words from me should be enough, but I think that fans did deserve to hear from Mrcreeps himself about it, but I'm not going to push the issue. I've told some fans already, some mega fans, they've been really up in arms about it, kind of getting in, not really getting in the DMs, but maybe worse than that, like posting on Reddit and such places, like different channels, saying, hey, they want him to narrate it, what happened, they want to hear both sides of the story, and it's not really necessary. I understand, I really do, I understand the need for like some kind of closure of some sort, but as it stands, I think I would just like to continue narrating it myself. That being said, I did prepare actually some images here. Let me get these up. Alright, I don't think this is the earliest one, but I'm going to zoom in here so you can see here. Alright, this was around May 26th, okay? You can see it says, I sincerely apologize for not getting back to you. I'll try to go through the 7 parts and upload them into a single video. I think everyone will really enjoy it. So at this point, I was, around May 26th, I was actually pretty excited. See, look, I appreciate your apology, and as always, I'm glad to hear from you. Okay, that'd be awesome. You guys remember, I was a big Creeps fan, don't know, a couple of years now. Anyways, that's the first one. Let's go ahead and get on to the second one if I can find that. Okay, there we go. So this was November 24th. This was actually earlier, I think, last year. My apologies, I'm not responding. So you can see that, sometimes he has trouble responding to certain authors. Okay, so anyways, what was my reaction to that? Take a look. My apologies, I'm not responding. Unexpected things have been happening in my personal life. Okay, that's understandable. And I said, understandable, of course. I do wish you all the best in your personal life. Okay, yada yada. He asked me how many parts I planned to do. At the time, it was seeming like the more parts that I would want to do, the less that Mrcreeps would actually want to narrate them. So at first I kind of pitched a low number, and that was 7. Okay, so I told him, hey, it's okay. If you just want to narrate those 7, that'd be great. Okay, and he kind of agreed to it. No kind of to it, he agreed. Anyways, let's keep going forward to that. Okay, a bit more of that conversation. He's just explaining what it is he tries to do for series. condense all the parts to a single upload. So he says, I think for the remainder of the story, I will do one final big upload for the series. I'll include the previously narrated parts as well. Now, that being said, again, it was just for the 7 parts at this point. He didn't actually agree to narrate part 8, 9, and beyond. So, just, for posterity's sake. Okay. If you want to read this, you can pause it or whatever. It's cool. Up to you. It says, thank you, appreciate it. I will plan to do that for the final upload. So, that was like last year, kind of, right? So, we see that it actually was said. Okay, it's not something that I kind of just imagined happening. So, oh goodness, where is that? Okay, so really important one coming up here. All right, so as I said before, he kind of like does take a while to get to his messages. I mean, the guy has got over 700,000 subscribers, so man, I get it. So yeah, I just said, I don't want to be another source of stress and annoyance for you. I'm hoping for a chance at some genuine collaboration. So whenever you find the time, send a message. So a little bit of context. I mean, quite a lot of my fans and like say even some family members, they're like, hey man, what's going on with the story? It's been months, stuff like that. So I told him, it's like whenever you find the time, send a message. I don't know if you heard the shout out. Yeah, I mean, if you've been following my channel, or if you're new, I gave him a shout out because, like I said before, I was a big Creeps fan. At this point that I gave the shout out, it still wasn't confirmed that he was basically canceling his part in the series. Alright, but yeah, okay. Says, I don't want to come off as rude, but I would not like to continue working together with your series. I will provide payment for the parts already narrated. Okay, so, yeah, it's cool that he, that he kind of gave me the payment for those 3 parts that he did. That's part 1, 2, and 3. And by the way, it's worth mentioning that those were rough drafts. That means that literally the ones that he narrated, I wrote them up in about 4 hours. Was part 1. Part 1 was just 4 hours. Like, I was binge watching some creepypastas, and I remembered some old ideas I had for stories. And yeah, I was literally listening to Mrcreeps that night, and I go, you know what? I'm in the mood to write something. I heard he had some sort of contest. Anyways, yeah, so my response to that was understandable, and I thank you for your professionalism. Though this wasn't the outcome I was wishing for, I appreciate your honesty. So I resent my PayPal and everything, and yeah. Okay. He said payment sent was for $1 per 1,000 views. Let me know if you received it. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm aware that some narrators, they would do $2, $1. Hey, I'm not complaining about the price at all, so that's not the takeaway from here. Yeah, so I received payment, but as you see, I did ask if there was any professional criticism that he could offer me. I would really appreciate it. Okay, also I added, I would respect if he has nothing that he wants to say. So that was September 27th. We're in October now, October 6th. So, I mean, yeah. I don't know if this means that I can't ever post like any stories to his subreddit. I understand he doesn't want to work with my series. That's cool. So the biggest part about all this was not to be all sad or whatever, and by the way, this is totally unscripted. The biggest point of all this was just to say that I plan to narrate my own series, and I hope that all of you will join me along for the ride. I have some parts posted now. Well, I have part 4 posted, And as well, I have a teaser trailer for part 1. Okay, so the part 4 is about 34 minutes long, and the part 1 teaser trailer is just really a few minutes, like 3 minutes, something like that. Okay, well, that'll just about do it for the announcement. Secondary announcement is that, yeah, you can be expecting part 1 from me soon. I might as well go ahead and tell you what I plan to do for the series as it is right now. What I plan to do for the series is to start back at part 1. Now, remember I said it was a rough draft part 1, the one that Mrcreeps had narrated. And that part on his channel, it got around 200,000 views, a little more, around 8,000 likes. And that was just a rough draft. I mean, so I went ahead and I reworked some of the parts in part 1, and it's kind of like an author's cut. So this one is going to have more in it than the first part, the original first part. I didn't really take anything away, and well, I'm just going to go ahead and end the video now and say thank you for tuning in, and I really hope that you stick around and see what I got posted up. If you haven't subscribed already, it would mean the world to me for you to hit that like button and punch that subscribe button. All right? Peace out. Stay well.